Morning sunlight climbed through the front windows of Willow and Pine Cafe, turning dust into gold. The kind of light that made ordinary mornings look blessed, even if life wasn't always generous. Maria Alvarez moved through that light like she belonged to it. 42, apron faded, hair pulled back with a clip she never replaced. Not because she couldn't, but because she didn't need new things to feel whole. "Morning, Miss Peterson," she said as she set down oatmeal for the retired librarian. "Extra cinnamon. Good for the heart." Maria always remembered who needed softness and who needed strength. She'd survived storms too. Widowhood. Scraping joy together for her daughter with the same patience, she folded menus every night. Some wounds never fully heal. They just learn how to breathe quietly. The bell chimed. A man entered like he was holding his breath. Tailored suit, watch that whispered power. Yet something fragile lived in the tension at his jaw and the shadows under his eyes. His son clung to his coat. Small hands tightly fisted, scanning corners as if danger hid in noise and brightness. The cafe hummed with life. The espresso machine hissed. Chairs slid. A fork clinked too loud. The boy flinched each time. Maria noticed everything. She always did. They sat in the corner booth nearest the window. Light seemed gentler there. The boy rocked slightly, tapping fingers against his leg like he was counting stars no one else could see. Maria approached softly. "Good morning," she said, but her eyes were on the boy, not the suit. "Warm milk or juice today?" The father blinked, surprised. "He likes warm milk." "Don't we all?" she smiled. The boy peered up, cautious. "Hi," he whispered, voice barely air. "Hi, sweetheart," Maria replied, as if they'd been friends for years. The father exhaled, as though someone had just handed him oxygen. She brought warm milk with a tiny foam heart. The boy traced its edge. His breathing steadied. Mitchell Harrison, though no one knew that yet, watched Maria like she was doing magic. She wasn't. She just saw him. And his son. Outside, the world wanted things from him every second. Here, for one quiet moment, they wanted nothing. And that, he didn't realize yet, was the beginning of change. 10 minutes. That's how long peace lasted. Mitchell's phone buzzed. Once. Twice. Then an avalanche. Its vibration crawled across the table like a reminder of everything waiting to consume him. His son. Danny flinched. The cafe's chatter suddenly too sharp. Fork dropped. Steam wand screeched. A baby giggled high-pitched. Each sound like a pebble hitting glass. Danny's breathing turned ragged. Hands pressed to ears. Rocks in place. Too loud, Mitchell froze. Fear flashed not of judgment, but of failing his boy again. "Hey, sweetheart," Maria knelt by Danny. "You're safe. Want to breathe with me?" She inhaled slow. Exhaled slower. Like waves smoothing sand. Danny followed. His shoulders softened. Mitchell stared. Grateful. Helpless. "Thank you," he whispered. Maria shrugged softly. Noise can be cruel. People forget quiet is a kindness. Phone again. This time with urgency. He silenced it. Looked at his boy. Silenced it again. But peace didn't stay. Two men at the next table, construction boots muddied and voices rough from long mornings, glanced over. "Kid okay?" One muttered. Not loud, not cruel, just ignorant. Too sensitive nowadays, the other sighed. "In my day," Maria turned. Calm like a still pond. "Some kids feel the world louder," she said. "It doesn't make them less strong. Just different. Not anger. Not scolding. Just truth, spoken like prayer." The first man swallowed, nodding. "Fair enough. My niece's boy, same thing. Good kid." Assumptions dissolved softly instead of shattering. But another storm was coming. The cafe door swung open. A woman in heels and clipped speech rushed in, tablet glowing with charts. "Mitchell." They moved the board call. "You need to go." Danny tensed. "No," he whispered. "Not today. Promise stay. Promise stay." Maria's heart pinched. Mitchell's voice cracked. "I know, buddy. You told him today was for him," Maria said gently. Not rebuking. Just reminding. A stranger defending a promise she didn't hear but felt. The woman's eyes flicked from Maria to the child to the clock. We don't have the luxury to be sentimental. The acquisition price drops in 3 hours. Maria's jaw tightened. Luxury. As if love was for the rich and time for the heart was foolish currency. Danny trembled. Daddy, please don't go. And suddenly, Mitchell wasn't a CEO in a cafe. He was just a father drowning under two worlds. One asking for power. One asking for presence. And who catches a man like that? Maria wondered silently. The world rarely does. So she stayed right there beside them, ready to hold the moment steady so it wouldn't break. Danny's fingers shook. His breathing quickened. Panic rising like a tide. Mitchell touched his hair, helpless. I promised. I know. He turned to the woman. Tell them to wait. They won't. Her voice tight. Not soulless. Just trained by a world that punishes softness. You miss this. They replace you. Danny heard the words. His face fell. Replace. Like people were parts. Like he was a problem. Maria stepped between them. Not dramatic. Not heroic. Just steady. She placed a napkin in front of Danny and handed him a pen. Draw the quiet, sweetheart. Let the noise out on paper. Lines flowed. Trembling at first, then steady. A star. Then another. A constellation forming his safety back into shape. Mitchell swallowed hard. When did life get like this? He whispered. Maria didn't answer. The world had answers, but none worth saying. His phone rang again. He didn't pick it up. Your father worked in a mill, the woman snapped. You told me. He sacrificed everything. And I barely saw him, Mitchell said quietly. The cafe stilled. Danny looked up. I don't want a big company. I want pancakes. It wasn't childish. It was pure. People forget. Children don't ask for money. They ask for time. Presence. Protection. Mitchell stood slowly. Like someone rising from underwater. No call. The woman blinked. You'll lose leverage. I'm losing my son. Danny stared, hope trembling on his lashes. And you don't come back from failing your kid, Mitchell continued. Deals can be rebuilt. Boys don't get new childhoods. He turned his phone off. Silence filled the room, warm and fragile. Danny reached out, his hand finding his father's. You stayed, he whispered. The woman scoffed softly. Feelings don't close deals. No, Maria said. But they build people. And people build everything else. For a second, the woman's mask cracked. Stress lived in her eyes. Fear. Secret exhaustion. She wasn't cruel, just tired of a life that measured worth in numbers. She left without a word. Mitchell sat. Danny leaned into him, tiny sigh of relief against crisp suit fabric. Maria poured coffee. I think he likes you more than pancakes now, she teased. Danny smiled. Shy. Brave. Mitchell breathed like it was the first full breath of his life. The cafe settled again. The world paused. A decision had been made. Not the kind shareholders cheer for. The kind that saves a soul before it's too late. Peace rarely arrives without backlash. 3 hours later, while Danny ate maple sweet pancakes and trace stars in whipped cream, reality crashed back. A man in a charcoal coat arrived, breath cold, voice colder. Mitchell. Board emergency. They want answers. Now. He glanced at Danny. Paused. Softened a microfraction, then urgency swallowed it. You left them hanging. You risked everything. Mitchell didn't stand. I risked becoming a stranger to my son. You're a CEO, not a parent first. Danny looked up stunned. Words like tiny knives. Maria's hand rested on the table. Protective, quiet, unshakable. Sir, I think he's both. The man blinked at her as if noticing her for the first time. Who is she? Why does her opinion matter? The corporate eyes asked. But the boy needed air. So Maria slid him crayons and a placemat. Want to draw another star map? He nodded. Shoulders easing. Mitchell brushed Danny's hair. I'm choosing him. You'll get crushed. Then I'll rebuild. With him. Danny peeked up. Teary but smiling, like someone learning hope again. Maria saw the executive's jaw tense. He wasn't evil either. Just conditioned. Raised in a world where success meant distance. control, loneliness in a nicer office. Call me when you're thinking clearly, he muttered, walking out. Mitchell exhaled. Do you ever feel like everyone's sprinting somewhere and half of them don't even know why? Maria wiped a table slowly. All the time. I lost my husband young. I used to think, provide, work harder, be strong. But my girl, she just wanted her mom to laugh again. Danny finished his drawing. A big star. 2 little ones beside it. Us, he said. We follow each other home. Maria's throat tightened. Outside, traffic rushed. Life hurried. Inside, 3 hearts rested for a moment in a truth too rarely spoken. Slowing down is not failure. Sometimes it's salvation. The door opened again, the assistant this time. Red-rimmed eyes. Breath uneven. Not angry, shaken. Mitchell, the board blamed me for not controlling the schedule. I got suspended. Danny shrank behind his father. Word scar lingered even if tone didn't. I didn't mean to hurt him, she said quietly. I just don't know how to slow down. Maria spoke gently. It's hard to remember softness when the world shouts speed. Danny stepped forward. Brave again. You were scary. But you look sad now. Not accusation. Pure observation. Mitchell softened. Maybe we all forget what matters sometimes. The assistant's voice cracked. I thought success meant being steel. I never learned how to be gentle. Danny offered her a crayon. You can draw stars too. Her hand trembled as she took it. And just like that, redemption walked in quietly, without applause, without punishment, only understanding. Mitchell whispered, "Thank you, buddy." Danny shrugged. Stars help lost people find home. Maria blinked quickly, hiding warmth rising behind her eyes. The assistant drew awkwardly. A messy star, trembling line to shaky line. Danny smiled. It's okay if it's not perfect. The sky likes all stars. Silence again, but holy this time. Outside, the world calculated profit. Inside, a child redefined worth. 3 months later. Saturday sunlight again. Maria wiped the same corner booth, humming softly. A little sunflower hair clip now held her hair, gift from her daughter, a reminder she was loved too. The bell chimed. Danny rushed in first, cape tied around his shoulders, paper stars in hand. Miss Maria. We made copies so everyone can have one. Kids from school behind him. 3. Then 5. The extraordinary club, they announced proudly. Mitchell followed. Jeans. Smiling like he'd finally remembered himself. Work from home Fridays, he grinned. And mornings like this? Non-negotiable. Danny climbed the booth. We're learning constellations. And Daddy says when I feel loud inside, we find stars and breathe. Maria laughed, wiping her eyes. Look at you two. The assistant entered, shy. No suit. A sweater instead. Changed eyes. I volunteer at a support center now, she murmured. Turns out slowing down doesn't kill you. Danny ran to her. We saved you too. Mitchell looked at Maria. You saved us all. She shook her head lightly. Just poured coffee. No, he said. You poured grace. Danny tugged her apron. You're our North Star. Maria froze. Heart cracked open in the most beautiful way. Her husband once called her that. Some gifts live twice. Danny handed her a shimmering paper star. Put it where everyone can see hope. She placed it in the window. Light hit it. Glitter shimmered like tiny galaxies, spreading warmth across the cafe floor. Outside, life hurried. Inside, time softened. Because sometimes, the world changes not through power, but through one quiet act of shelter. A boy felt safe. A father found his heart. A woman remembered she mattered. And a cafe became a lighthouse. All because someone chose kindness when it would have been easier to look away. Fade out. Warm light. Soft music. Hope lingering.